What's up, everybody? I'm grafting avocado. All right, this is avocado grafting season. This is February, Southern California, Zone 10. It's time to graft avocados. We have spring-like weather, even in February, which is kind of strange, but that's a whole other video. We'll talk about weather. But now is the time to graft avocados. Okay? People always ask me when's the best time. I always say spring, which is we're having spring-like weather, and then late summer to early fall. All right, check it out. Let me show you what I'm going to graft to. I have scions of 4 different varieties, and we're gonna graft them onto one tree. You're gonna see the tree in a second. We're gonna do Boyce, Nimlioh, Nabal, and Kona Sharwil. Some of these varieties are very old, over 100 years old. Some of them were discovered in Guatemala, and then they made it to California. They've survived in California for over 100 years. There's a whole world beyond the Hass avocado. There's over 300 varieties of avocado. And it's I want people to get to try different varieties besides the Hass, because there's different flavors and there's different characteristics that some of these avocados have. As usual, here are my tools: pruning shears, my trusty utility knife, the Olfa knife, and of course parafilm grafting tape. The link to all these will be in the description below. You can find these online easily, and these are all inexpensive tools. Grafting is not as an expensive hobby as you think it is. It's really, you can get away with using this stuff. These are cheap stuff, all right? But they're really, really effective. So it's good for starters, beginners, all right? Okay, guys, most of my grafting projects start indoors actually, and I have this isopropyl alcohol, and basically I'm just gonna sanitize all my tools because that's really, really important to sanitize tools. So here's the knife I'm gonna cut the scions with. I'm gonna put some rubbing alcohol on a towel and just wipe it down. And I'll do the same with these pruning shears. And add some rubbing alcohol and then wipe down these pruning shears. Basically anything that's gonna cut into the plants has to get sanitized. So this one right here, right, Kona Sharwil, this has been in a Ziploc bag in the fruit and vegetable part of my refrigerator for over a week. So this is gonna be interesting to see if these grafts take. My record is a month. I've grafted avocado scions in Ziploc bags in the refrigerator after a month, and they've taken. We'll see how these grafts do. I'm gonna keep a specific eye on these Kona Sharwil scions, because it's a good test to see how long they can stay in the refrigerator and how long they can last in storage. All right, so it's gonna be interesting. I love it. All right, guys, this is the tree I'm gonna graft to. This is a seedling tree. It's been here for 4 or 5 years. This is a reed avocado seedling that I just tossed, and the little seedling grew out. Now it's about 6 feet tall, and it has a lot of good branches to graft on. So I don't know what the fruit is gonna be on this tree. It's gonna take a long time to produce fruit. So the whole point of grafting is to take a really good variety and put it onto a seedling tree, so you can get fruit faster. You can get a superior quality fruit a lot faster. And so the plan here with this tree is, look how close it is to my house. It's going to affect the foundation eventually, I think. So before I cut this tree down, I'm going to put several varieties on it to help those varieties grow. Once those varieties grow, I'm going to collect scions from those grafts, distribute them to people who need it, and then I'll cut the tree down. So it's going to be put to use before it has to go away eventually. But a lot of good branches. I'm gonna graft this branch right here. It's a good branch. It's pointing out, and it's a great candidate to get grafted. All right, guys, check it out. Here's the Nimlioh Avocado Scion. I already cut all the leaves off, so now I'll just remove the little leaf stems with my hands. I want a flat, straight scion. That's the most ideal. As flat as possible and as straight as possible. And of course, our good friends here are buds. These buds, we need them, have to have them in order to get a successful graft. You have to have these buds, because once we do our graft, these buds will burst through the grafting tape and grow new leaves, and that's how we know that we have a successful graft. All right, so check it out here. You want to come over here? Look at the huge mismatch between the sizes. This little scion is much thinner than the rootstock that it's going to get grafted onto. So I'm going to do a special kind of graft here that's going to take care of that problem, and it's going to match up cambium layers, and it's going to give us a successful graft. All right, guys, check it out. Look, I got a piece of parafilm grafting tape, and I'm gonna wrap this Scion. Now here's a key thing you got to do here is a stretch action. You see that stretch right there? That stretch is so important. It locks in moisture, humidity, and allows the tape to stick to itself, which is a special characteristic of this tape, this is why I'm using this kind of tape for this grafting. It locks in moisture and humidity, and it's also weak enough to allow itself to get broken. If the graft takes, those buds will push right through this tape. All right. And now, oh, one more thing. Look at this. You see this brown tip right here? That's a brown tip. It's an old tip. It was cut yesterday. I want a fresh tip for grafting, so I'll cut off the very end, and now we have a fresh green tip. Beautiful. All right. This is the part of grafting that I hate the most. I'm gonna have to cut all this. I have to cut this away right here. And it's so painful because there's so much healthy growth. But in order to get a good graft, I have to cut this away, okay? So I'm gonna do it now. Look at that. That is about 2 feet of growth that I just cut away. I might try to grow some of these from cuttings, so we're not gonna waste it. We'll try to grow some of these branches from cuttings, all right? Classic cleft graft is usually something that goes right down the middle of this stem, right? But since we have a mismatch in the size of our rootstock and our Scion, I'm gonna do a modified cleft graft, and so we can take care of that problem. So modified cleft graft, I'm gonna find from the center, I'm gonna go to the end, and I'm gonna go in between the two, and I'm gonna cut right there. And I'll cut, and I'm gonna wiggle the knife so I'm in control. And I'm gonna gently try to rock this knife and make a precise cut right down the edge right there. And I'll go down about 1 inch. There we go, 1 inch, which is usually the length of the knife. That's good. So you see I made a little flap right there. There's a little flap. And that's where I'm gonna insert our Scion. With my Scion, trying to gauge the length that I have to cut. It's about 1 inch, so I'll cut the same amount away from the Scion here. And we're gonna do a little modified cut here, check it out. We'll go long on one end, and then the other side, so that's about 1 inch cut, and then the other side is gonna be about a 1/2 inch cut. Yep. So let me show you here. Longer on one end, arrow shape. A little bit shorter on the other end, and arrow shape. Okay. Now the longer end is gonna go towards the center of the branch, just like this. Just like that. And it's in. And I move my hand away, and I'm lining them up here at the ends. And I want there to be, and the most important thing is that there has contact between the Scion there and the rootstock. I want them to touch each other, and that kind of firm contact is so important. It's actually really critical. And I just noticed something. You see the little bump? It's kind of messing up our graft here because it's pushing away the contact on this side. So I'm gonna cut that off. 1 second. That's why you want your Scion as straight as possible. You see it? You see it? Here, let's cut it off. There we go. Let me try that again. Should be a better fit. I always think of jigsaw puzzles here. Yeah. And there it is. There is the contact. Let's show the underside. No contact on the other side. It's pushed to the edge. and it's holding. That's important. It's good to move your hand away and the graft stays in place. And now all that's left is I'm gonna wrap more tape in that area and we're done. I'm gonna hold the Scion and the rootstock together to stabilize them. I don't want them to move. And I'm gonna wrap the tape. And I'm stretching this tape too. I'm stretching it as I wrap it. I'll do a few layers here. A few layers of this tape just to really reinforce the contact here. And I'm covering everything. I want buds covered, I want the whole Scion covered, and I want the whole graft covered too. And then once I'm done, I take my thumb and forefinger and squeeze a few times just to really reinforce the contact. And then we're done. That's it. There's a graft, folks. All right, guys, that's one graft. I'm gonna do several grafts on each of the little branches of the tree, okay? And we'll create a multi-grafted tree. That's the whole point of this project, to have nice, different kind of varieties growing, okay? Let's do it. All right, everybody, check it out. I'm done. This is the graft I did on video. Down here, I did another one. And then up here, up at the top of the tree, I did a few more grafts. Here's one, here's another one. There's two up at the top. I did like a double modified cleft graft. And then I did here another one as well. Look, there's some open branches. I think I should just graft every single little branch. Here's the open branch right here that I think I will graft. Here's one. There's a few more down there, and I'll do that. Probably do this one as well. We'll see. If I can get good Scions, I'll do some more grafts on here. Why not? Let's get creative. Try to put as many Scions on here as possible to see what happens. Just to see what happens. It's pretty fun. And of course, I will follow up with you. I'll show you the results as usual. All right, stay tuned. All right, everybody, we're back 10 weeks later, and look, some of the grafts have taken. Yes, check it out. This is the first one, Boyce. That's where I did the graft, and look at all these beautiful leaves popping through the grafting tape. That's a sure sign that the graft has taken. And it also has flowers. Look at those flower buds, looking really beautiful. Right here is the double graft I did. Let me try to get in focus. Oh yeah, there's the Nabal, and it did not make it. That is what a failed graft looks like. Look, it's all brown and black, no good. But right behind it, Kona Sharwil, it's taken, looking really nice. A lot of new leaves popping through the tape. Awesome. Over here is the Hellen graft. Let me try to get it here. And it's leaves came out and then it kind of dried up, but right behind it, I see a little bud popping through the tape right there where the edge of my fingertip is. Over here is another Hellen graft. Look at that, beautiful leaves popping through. And that is where I did the graft, right there. And the tape is starting to disintegrate, and you can kind of see a fusion between the Scion and the rootstock right there. And that's how it looks. That's how a healed graft kind of looks right over there. Here's the one I did on video, the Nimlioh Avocado, which I'm really excited about. Look at all that beautiful leaves popping through the tape. Another graft that is taken. Yes. Over here is another Hellen graft that I did. Down here, it's mixed. I don't know yet. I see some buds starting to swell down there behind the tape, so we'll see what happens. All right, there's the update, folks. Grafts have taken. We're here in April, by the way. If you like that video, give me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know how your grafting is going. And I think now is a good time to mention that I do have a grafting service. I graft people's trees for them if they want. If you live in my area, if you're in my area, send me an email. I'll put my email down here in this section. And we can create a tree kind of like the one you just saw in the video. We can put different varieties on one tree, and you can have fruit year round. You can have access to fruit year round. You can avoid inflation. You don't have to go to the grocery store. You can get fresh fruit right from your garden. I also do tree planting
and I also do yard consultations. So just let me know if you're interested, send me an email, maybe we could work something out. And as always, people, thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.